Hello everybody, this is Alex, Canadian CEO with Swing Trade Pros, the world's best trading bot community. And today I'm going to show you guys how to set up and fine-tune PSAR version 5. Now if you have not watched our intro video on PSAR version 5, I recommend you watch that right now. But if you haven't seen it, I'll explain. PSAR version 5 is our first fully automated trading bot. That means that PSAR V5 will detect market conditions and change its own settings based on those market conditions. And as you'll see, there's 8 different trend settings that are finely tuned so that the bot can follow the market, change its own settings, and it's beautiful. Let me show you guys how that works. And when we go through the setup today, I'm going to be showing you how to set up within 3Commas. Now 3Commas has been an incredible partner for Swing Trade Pros for a long time, 3-4 years now. And so if you're interested in just running signals from PSAR version 5, you can use our signals on 3Commas just to get a taste of what PSAR V5 is like. And when you subscribe to PSAR version 5 with Swing Trade Pros on our website and on our Discord, you're going to see that you get the PSAR indicator, and that allows you to actually choose which pairs you're going to use and change the settings for PSAR V5 compared to the signals. And some of you have been asking about PSAR version 5 Advanced. PSAR version 5 Advanced allows you to actually change each individual setting for PSAR version 5. We've got extra filters to use, and you can actually, rather than just having a higher, medium, lower kind of default setting, you can actually change the settings. So you can do like a 30 for ADX and a 0.7 for PSAR distance. If that sounds too confusing to you, we recommend just start with PSAR version 5. If you're new to bots or you're new to PSAR, just start with PSAR version 5. If you want PSAR version 5 Advanced, you can subscribe to our VIP and you'll get access to PSAR version 5 Advanced. All right, guys, you ready to get going? So let's check this out. PSAR version 5, here we go. So here you can see PSAR version 5 set up as an indicator in TradingView. Okay, you need to have a TradingView account to get this going. All right, and you can see we're detecting market conditions. All right, we saw price coming up here, long higher, long higher. The shorts start to come in, right? PSAR is detecting a change in trend. All right, so we're saying we're getting medium trend here. We get some shorts, and then it goes to higher. Oh, and then we switch and we go long degen up here, okay, and so on and so forth. So this is PSAR detecting market conditions and changing. But here's the thing. In different markets, right, and different especially different cryptocurrency pairs, you might want to fine-tune these settings, right? You can use our default settings, no problem, and it does a good job, as you can see here. But these are meant for all market conditions, and we're trying to make it cover as many different cryptocurrencies as possible. What really helps is if you can fine-tune what's going on here. So how you do that, you open up settings, pressing this gear box here. And of course, we have our most important option, enable automatic risk settings. Okay, so this is, you just want to keep this on for that full automation. Then you choose your trading bot, 3Commas, Wick Hunter hosted, or profit trailer. We're going to go through this stuff in a little bit, right? You put in your email token, which you get from 3Commas, right? You need to go to your message text, get your email token. We're going to put it in there. I'll show you guys a bit more of that in a bit. All right, and then you put in your bot IDs for each bot. Now you can see here, each market condition has its own settings. Okay, here's long degen, right? You can see here long degen, right? These work with, each one of these settings works with what you see on the chart here. See, the long higher is here, okay? And then we get long medium, so on and so forth, right? Then we have the shorts and all that. All right, so what you do is you match up your short medium with the trend settings here. So you're going to scroll down, find short medium, it matches up, right? And so here we can have several different options to be able to capture these shorts, okay? You can make this more aggressive, go short higher, short highest. This is okay. Or you can disable divergences. Now, divergences, we have some more explanations on this in our other videos, but divergences detect a loss of strength in price action. And ADX is for late longs and late shorts. Now, if you want to capture more of these moves for short medium, you can disable divergences and watch what happens. So you watch that little eye move, and then see there, you got those shorts that came in. So this is one way to do it. Now, an overall strategy, right? If you wanted to be more aggressive on shorts, right, you can maybe disable ADX and divs for degen, and for maybe for higher, just do ADX, right? Disable divs, and then you can go highest or higher, and then for medium you can go higher. You know, things like that. You can increase the number of trades you're taking. If you want to risk off, maybe it's a more high risk asset, right? Maybe the cryptocurrency you've chosen is going to, you're concerned about it. You don't want to have any risk on that asset. What you can do is you can decrease your risk by enabling divergences. Right now, you can enable your divergences and maybe go short higher, short medium for degen, short medium for higher, this kind of thing. Okay, you can risk off. So there are different strategies that you're going to find for different pairs. Okay, now let's keep looking at this chart and see if there's anything else we can work on here. Now you can see price went to long degen. It avoided the top a little bit here. Let's zoom in, but it's not perfect, right? Maybe we want to risk off a little bit on this. Okay, again, we're going to go down to long degen here, okay? And you can see we're grabbing these tops. So what do? We can go to a long higher. Let's risk off a little bit. So you can see here what happens. We're now avoiding all this move, just capturing the meat of the move. As my good friend Magic Mike says, you want to just capture the beginning of that move and don't get anywhere near that top. You don't want to get involved up here. All right, so this is a great way to do it. Okay, you can also enable divergences. There's different options. Okay, so this is a good way to de-risk there. And one final thing here, you can see like a double top going on here with our short higher. Okay, and while this one is avoiding, this one's capturing a little bit too much. Now it does get out, right? It will DCA and come out. But what we want to do is maybe let's not get involved in that second top. Well, we can definitely do that. Okay, and so the way we do that, let's go and try a long medium. Okay, let's see how that looks. All right, so that gets rid of a lot of that price action. So maybe we want a little bit more. We don't want to completely kill that. So let's disable divergences and just have ADX on there. And you can see what happens here. We're still getting this nice move here, but we're not capturing that second top at all. All right, so you get out here, you're not stuck there. All right, so now that we're happy with ETH and we are ready to set up our alerts, let me show you guys how to do that. All right, so when you're starting to set up your alerts, what you want to do is be able to input your email token. And so when you come up to your different bots on 3Commas, you can just open one of these. I like to open in a new tab, okay? Click on that bot, right click, open a new tab, okay? And I'm going to scroll down to my different messages, and then we're going to take the deal start signal, copy that, put it into your notepad, like you see here, and just take what's within the quotes here. Don't take anything, don't copy the quotes, just what's inside the quotes. All right, and we're going to put that inside the email token. And then for our bot IDs, right, you can see here I've got long, lower, medium, higher, degen, and all the shorts. Now you can see here when I actually opened that bot, you can see the bot ID already on there. So you can just copy that, all right? And now it can be a little bit overwhelming, let's say, to have to set up 8 different bots. So what you can do is you can just set up one bot for long, one bot for short, and you can go through and just put in for all your long bots, we're going to put in the same bot ID, okay? And make sure it's not your degen bot, right? Make sure it's a medium or a lower, right? Be more risk off if you're going this way, okay? And then when you are doing your shorts, you can go down here. Let's copy our short lower, okay? You can see that bot ID is right here, okay? You can go into the message text and get bot ID from there, but it's also just right in that URL address, okay? So let's copy that in for all of our shorts. Okay, so that makes it a lot easier, okay? If you just start out that way, one bot for long, one bot for short, when you get more comfortable, when you are ready to dial in your settings a little bit more, then you can start going with different bot IDs for each one, okay? And now what we do here is what I'm going to show you guys is some settings, right? Let's start with the lowest risk, right? Short lower, right? And so what we do is we select composite bot. What this allows us to do is you can use the same bot ID for all your different cryptocurrencies, which is amazing, right? You don't need to set up a new bot for each currency, each pair. All right, so this is very useful. And you're just going to need to set up one alert for each pair, and your life is going to be so much easier. If you used the bots before, you know how much work is involved in making a new bot for each pair, new alert for long, new alert for short. And before, when we wanted to follow trend, we'd need to make 8 different alerts to turn different bots on and off. It was a mess. It was so much. Now it's just one alert, one bot. All right, so a lot easier. Now what we're going to do is, I believe 31.7 is the lowest we're allowed to go. Like if you try to go any lower, it gives you a problem. See, yeah, you need 31. But what we try to do as a rule of thumb, we say between 1 and 5% for your base order and safety order, so that you're looking at your total account balance, 1% to 5% of that, okay? And really, I don't go over 2.5%, 3%, okay? I like to stay around that 1 to 2.5%, okay? So this is as low as we can go, because this is lower, right? 31.7 on our base order, 31.7 on our safety order. We're going to do a take profit of 0.25. Now, I usually keep my take profit between 0.2 and 0.3%. This is a happy median between the two. This is a scalper bot, so you don't want to go too much higher than that. And you can enable trailing, and we keep that very, very low. Okay, trailing deviation very low. All right, and then for our dollar cost averaging strategy, okay, there are two different ways to do this. Now, if you want to see what's happening here, you can go to your table. All right, and right now we're using 7 different safety orders. Okay, we've set our max safety order count to 7. Okay, you can see here the way we've got it set up. We're taking our first safety order at 1%, then at 2.49%, 4.78, 12, 20, 31%. So we can cover a 31% drop in price, or in this case, price going up because it's for shorts. Okay, that gives you a lot of range there, right? You can really be hands off, let those safety orders cover you automatically, and you'll dollar cost average out of your positions if they happen to get stuck. And so what we've done here is we're using a 1.49 volume scale, 1.49 step scale. Okay, what this does is it allows more orders to be taken within a smaller range. Okay, but what you also can do, and what we also had for a long time, is 5 safety orders with a 2 and a 2. This is the martingale method. Okay, so with this you have 1, 3, 7, 15, 31. Okay, so not as many safety orders in there. You get 2 extras with that 1.49. So it's something to consider. You know, if you want to have more of that spread, you can do that. 1.49, 1.49, and a 7 here. Okay. All right, so that pretty much takes care of us for how to set up within 3Commas. And the only other thing that I would add here is, okay, so we just did short lower. So let's talk about how we change our settings. You can see here, right? A short higher goes up to $35 so we're increasing position size. Okay. And what happens here with short degen, okay? With degen means that all trends are in your favor. The market is definitely in the direction of your trades. So we want to be able to take more trades. Okay, so let's look at the settings here. And so what this means is we're going to use a larger position size, right? 50 base order, 50 safety order. Okay. In this case, this is a $2,000 account. So we're basically about 2.5%, that kind of thing. Okay. Now, one thing about your degen, right? When your degen is you're taking a lot of trades, right? And you're trying to avoid those tops, but this is really a time where you should be in and out of trades very quickly. And and if you do get caught in a trade, that's something you do not want to heavily dollar cost average. So we're only using 4 safety orders on our table here. So I'll show you. This allows us to go to 8%. Okay, because we don't want to let that deal just take all of our capital, because that deal should have been closed. This is just something, risk management. It's always good to keep this in mind. We don't want to overly DCA our degens, right? I also used 4 and 4 for that. Okay, so that's basically how we set it up. So you can go through and capture your bot IDs for each different one, right? I can go to my degen, I can get my degen bot here, and I can go into my chart and go degen, right? So you get your different bot IDs and you can go through each one. All right, so that's basically how you do the basic setup. with 3Commas with your SAR version 5. Now let me take you guys through. I don't want to get too advanced here, but just to let you know, okay, we have the old SAR version 4.5 where you had default settings for the entire bot. Okay, you have to scroll down. Okay, we have different display settings, right? You can turn off different the trend. So if you want to just have numbers, make it a bit cleaner, but I like to have the labels on there. Okay, you also have buy max, buy min for RSI, if you want to apply global settings that way. And here's what we had with 4.5. Okay, so if you want to use these manual settings, okay, what we do is we disable automatic risk. Okay, and then it will use these manual settings instead. Okay, and so I can just go highest, right, and it will just grab all the price action here, right? You're just grabbing everything. Okay, and so late longs, everything. Okay, but this is just to show you, and so if you want to try out different settings also, okay, now you can say none here. Okay, and this will use advanced settings. All right, so you can scroll down here. We've got advanced settings for long, advanced settings for short. So you can actually try out different settings. So this is what our advanced users see for each trend condition. Okay, we've got our SAR distance filter, which you can enable and disable. We've got our ADX filter. We've got our divergence filter. So this is what we don't want most users to have to deal with this. But if you want to play around, if you want to see maybe a preview of SAR V5 Advanced, you can go and change these settings. Maybe there's a specific pair you're trying to do something with. You can go in and change these settings. Just make sure that when you're setting up alerts that you're setting up long or short. All right, so that's a bit more of what you can do here. Oh, and one more thing, you can also change your trend verification time frame. So right now we have it on 5:15, 1 hour, 4 hour. If you want to be able to detect larger trend changes and you want to, it's another way to risk off, you can go 15, 1 hour, 4 hour, and down to that daily there. Okay, and this allows trend changes to be much less sensitive. Okay, so this is useful for some people. This is actually how we started using SAR V5, but we found that when markets are going sideways, when we're trading on a 1-minute chart as well, we want a faster reaction time. So we go to that 5, 15, 1 hour, and 4 hour. Okay, last thing before we go, how do we set up an alert? Now this is where, if you've used alerts before, you know how amazing this is. Okay, we've got some technology in here that allows us to have our email token, have our bot IDs in here. Okay, and let's enable automatic again. All right, so what happens here is when you set up an alert, all right, you choose SAR here. You can see PS for SAR. Now we have the any alert function call. That is what you want to use. Okay, that is going to use your email token and your bot ID. Instead of having to put this code in every single different alert, right? This is a bit of a pain, right? Every alert you need to go in, look at your deal start message, right? Oh, okay, what is it? And setting up different bots, and it's a mess. It's a mess, right? For the different pairs also, right? You're gonna have to have a different bot pair for each alert. It's a huge mess that we don't have to deal with anymore. If you want to be able to, right, you click on condition, and you have a lot of different options included with SAR V5, right? You can go long, you can go short, you can have alerts for each different condition, right? If you want to know what's happening with the market, but you don't want to be staring at a chart all day long, you can see I have them here, right? BTC short degen, BTC short higher. I know what's happening with the cryptocurrency market without actually having to stare at my chart all day. So it's helpful, right? You even have alerts for the different time frame and when they switch long and short. Okay, but for this purpose, we're just doing any alert function call. We're going to say PSAR V5 ETH. That's it, right? Step away. You create, goes under alerts, you're done, right? Go to your next pair, set up, fine tune it a little bit if you want, or not, right? Use the defaults or fine tune it a little bit so you're happy with it. Just going through those risk settings, right? Maybe you want to risk off on a more risky, top 100, top 200 altcoin. You can just go medium and lower for the default settings. Use the divergences, use the ADX. And for something that you want to capture more price action, turn off the divs. Just use ADX, because ADX is very powerful on its own. Okay, so different strategies to use, different things you guys can play around with if you want to have really, really in-depth strategies. Okay, this is a good reason to subscribe to our VIP, where we really, really dive in deep, and we also give you that PSAR V5 Advanced if you're ready for it. You don't need to use it. You got the education. You got tons of education. I would say probably 50 hours of education on how to dial in your settings, different strategies for dollar cost averaging. But you also get access to PSAR V5 Advanced if you subscribe to VIP. And we also have a one-man show and Toe who do fantastic coaching, okay? And so you can get coaching from them on specific strategies. So a lot to think about there, but start your journey off nice and simple, okay? One bot for longs, one bot for shorts. Put in those bot IDs, put in that email token, just use those defaults, and then you can start playing around with those risk settings within each market condition, okay? And that's how you get started. All right, so hope you guys enjoy PSAR V5. Okay, if you want to know how to purchase it, you can just go to our website here, go to shop, subscription products, and PSAR V5 is right down here. We've got some deals for you with quarterly and monthly, and a launch special if you're listening to this during our launch time. And you can go to our Discord here and you can see we've got an amazing community. You go to PSAR Scalper here, and you can see we've got all of our users who use PSAR are all here. They're all sharing their experience. Amazing job from my man M. Caesar. You can go to PSAR Scalper Setup, where you're going to find this video and DCA calculators, liquidation calculators, information on how to set up, all that stuff. And of course our VIP is up here. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember to come and ask us questions on the Discord. Hope to see you there. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube. And I will see you guys in the next one.